Hi, this is Mr. Humbart here. For this video, I'm going to be going through this assignment briefly. So to start with, number one is about a dog lifting a bone through this distance. I want to know the work, so work is force times distance. Force here is force of gravity, so mass times gravity, acceleration due to gravity times height. So 0.64 times 9.81 times 9 meters, and this is the 2 decimal places. So when we get this answer, I'm going to get $56.5056, and since this is 2 and this is right after 2, 3, we want to get rid of that 3 one, but there's a 5 there, so we're going to round that up. So here we get 56.51. That's going to be in joules, but we don't put the joules there for grading purposes. So our second problem is about this weightlifter doing this amount of work. We'll lift this weight upward through this distance. We want to find the force. We're going to plug our values in. 7.27 equals work equals force. We don't know that. Times our distance of 0.26. We know that. And then we can solve this by dividing. .27 by 0.26. Both sides like so, and we're going to get 27.96153.846, which is a pretty big number, but let's go to the 2, and then after that it's whatever's in the 3 place, which is all these numbers. But we only care about this one, which is a 1, so we can ignore all these. And there's our answer, 27.96. All right, if we want to know the distance, this person lifts this pail. If there's our work, there's our force. If we do 21.76, work equals force 30.16 times distance. Then we divide both sides, 21.76 divided by 30.16. We're going to get 0.72 1485411, and here there's our second decimal, here's our third. It's a 1, so we can ignore them. If it was a 5, we would add that onto the 2 decimal place, just make it a 3, but it's not, so there's our answer, 0.72. All right. Oops. So last couple problems. If we have a roller coaster and here is our work, 396,567. Work equals force times distance again. There's our distance, 422. Divide both sides by 422. And we should be able to get what our force is. So if we do that, we'll get 939.73222, and I don't really need to read the other numbers because I should just see what, even if it just something after this, whatever's after here, doesn't really matter. I just look at the second decimal and the last one next to it. And that's a 2, so I don't ignore it. It's 939.73. That's my answer. Alright. So number 5. It's about a car that's run out of gas. So I'm going to do 50,416 joules of work. And that equals force times the distance, or 878. It's a force times my distance, which I don't know. And from here, I can just divide both sides by 878. Same thing as up here with I solve for distance, or I solve for force. And this time we're solving for distance. Same idea. So divide 878 both sides. We're going to get 57.4214. I don't know why that's doing that. There we go. Whatever's here is what matters. That's a 1, so we ignore it. Just 57.42 is our answer. All right, last problem. For this problem, we have to find the net force first. Which we're going to assume that the force applied is to the right. So we can draw a little diagram. So force applied is going to be to the right, 0.61. We should know, even if we didn't know that the force of friction is always opposing the force applied, so it's going to be to the left. Our force of friction is going to be mass times gravity, acceleration due to gravity, times the coefficient value, which is going to be friction because it's moving. And then we can find that value. And get an answer. So that's going to give and I'm just going to type it in to solve for the FNet. 0.61 minus 0.15 times 9.81, which is what it tells us to use at the top of the page, times 0.22. That gives me my FNet. Of 0.28627. And I want to multiply that FNet by, because I want the work net, by the distance. So FNet by that distance of 0.24. So 0.28627 times 0.24 is going to give me 0.0687048, and here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places. And after that, it's a 4, so we don't care about that. And that's going to be your answer, 0.06870.